Is it cold? Is it stomach bug? Is it flu? What is it? I hope that you feel better soon. Hi there, Lily. Hi there, Kaminari. Welcome, welcome. How's everyone? How's everyone? A cold? Ah, the weather's been so weird lately and like changing up so much. I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling well. I'm sending you all of my good energy, and I hope that your throat doesn't hurt too bad, and I hope that your sniffies go away soon, and I hope that you stay very, very warm, and I hope that if you have a fever, it's not very high and it goes down very soon. I'm sending you good energy. BBB. Hi there, BBG. Hi there, Elise. How is everyone today? How's everyone today? Everyone doing good? Everyone doing good? Is everyone having a decent morning? I hope that the morning has been a little bit nice to you. Oh, no, no. Why not? Why not? Kaminari, thank you so much for sharing your heart with me. Thank you so much. Choo-choo. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Today's topic. Hi there, Stardust. Welcome. Today's topic is we're gonna be yapping about Vtubing. Yapping about Vtubing. So, we're gonna be talking about content creation overall. Whether you want to take it more professionally, whether you want to take it like a hobby, and how to balance those things, as well as just different activities and other things that you can do while pursuing VTubing. And if you've ever considered VTubing, hopefully this can help you kind of figure out if it is a right thing for you, or if there are other forms of artistic expression that you can pursue otherwise. That kind of goes similar, or in the similar vein. Hi there, Mighty Man. How are you today? How do I make the avatar? Where is the game? For IRIAM? Well, definitely you can always apply to IRIAM. For starters, IRIAM is always accepting new applicants. Here for VTubing tips, I'll do my best, Mar. I'll do my best, Mar. Hi there, perverts. Welcome. Welcome. How are you today? Good morning. Good morning. Well, afternoon now. Afternoon now. Afternoon now. But yes, if anyone is interested, IRIAM is still open for applications and applicants to become a founding streamer. So if that is something that you'd like to pursue, definitely look into it. I will say, for people that are wanting to try it out, mobile streaming is definitely a lot different than like YouTube streaming or Twitch streaming or any other platform. I don't really think that there's any other platforms. Do we need to scream? This is the worst day of my life every time something goes wrong. Oh no, that's the Riyo special. That's the Riyo special. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's I mean, only if you want to, but if you do, I'm gonna copyright claim you. Yeah. Now, do I crazy, that's crazy. Though, I will say, if you do have a friend that does work with IRIAM, I would definitely say, inquire to them about it. Inquire to them about it and be like, hi, I put in this application, points my little fingers together. Do you know how when I'll hear back soon, or anything like that? Because sometimes the founding streamers can kind of slide in some good word for you. If you do, we can slide in a good word for you and a recommendation. Of course, that can only go so far, but we can definitely vouch for you a little bit. Hi there, Che. How are you? Welcome. May or may not have gotten caught up playing Infinity Nikki today. I've still never played. I don't know why. Is it free? Can I? Infinity Nikki. Is it free? It's on Steam. Oh yeah, it's not on Steam. Okay, it's coming soon on Steam. Should I get Infinity Nikki? Is it time? Is it time for me to get Infinity Nikki? Oh no. Hi there, Belle. Welcome. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked with games. Okay, no sidetrack with games. It has your vibe. I didn't want to get it before because my PC couldn't handle it, but now I think it can. So I think it's time that I get Infinity Nikki, right? I get Infinity Nikki, yeah. Hi there, Case as well. How are you? But yes, yeah, attack Orpheus. Attack Orpheus-chan. He might be able to put in a good word with you. But yes, IRIAM is still accepting applicants right now. I'd recommend, if you are someone that's really good at yapping and really good at filling up space, IRIAM is definitely a really cool avenue to try out VTubing. You know, the managers and stuff are very relaxed. You know, I think that we do have definite like requirements to meet those expectations. up to? Oh, well, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Thank you for the Totoi. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Waiting for IRIAM to be available in the Philippines. I think that IRIAM is planning on doing some expansion sometime. I've heard whispers. I don't want to say too much because I can't confirm anything. But I do know that IRIAM is definitely wanting to be a worldwide thing sometime in the future. Right now, we're definitely focusing more on the US, just so we can get some, like, grassroots things, but we are still only in beta testing. Can you guys believe that we're still in beta? That's crazy, right? Beta? Beta? What's the proper words? I don't know. Secretly making my application for IRIAM. Yeah, so IRIAM's application is very similar to, like, any... he doesn't know how to say what he Shut up! That's crazy! That's crazy, Mark! Isn't it Shut up! Wait, what's the difference between beta and omega? We're not talking about this right now. Screw off. What was I saying? So, IRIAM's application is very similar to any other, like, like, agency, I suppose you could say. Even though IRIAM isn't, like, 100% like an agency, we're definitely, like, kind of like a sponsored, sponsorship type of circumstance. Tick for tab for tab. What's it? How does the saying go? I don't know. Silence beta. That's crazy! Marv would say that, though. Tip for tat. There we go. You guys are so smart. Yeah, one of those. It's kind of like that. Hi there, Rudy G. How are you? Welcome. So, we're talking about Vtubing right now. For people that are interested in starting. But yeah, so IRIAM's more kind of in that type of situation. Rudy G, it was your birthday not too long ago, right? Yes? Did I officially sing you happy birthday? If I didn't, I'm gonna do it right now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rudichi. Happy birthday to you. Even though it was, I think, like, a week or two ago. Yeah. Happy late birthday. Yay, fudgy. Vtubing. Okay. Rio's locked back in. Okay. Yeah. So the application process is very, very similar, but something that I would recommend for people that are wanting to pursue VTube, I'd say that, like, IRIAM and doing IRIAM, at least at this stage, and being, like, a founding streamer and things like that. And this could be if IRIAM opens up for, like, the rest of the world soon, or has different, like, sections for different countries later on as well, which is, like, very, very much a possibility. I'd say having something like this ready and at your disposal is really cool if that's something that you want to pursue, because IRIAM, I would say, is like a semi-professional type of atmosphere, whereas if you were just going to do streaming all on your own on, like, Twitch or YouTube, and not have to stream on IRIAM or something, this wouldn't necessarily be something that you'd have to worry about unless you were applying to do it more professionally or more seriously. Any PC specs required by IRIAM? No PC specs. So the best thing about IRIAM is because everything we do is 100% mobile. So we only need our phone. So as long as your phone, like, for example, your phone is able to open up IRIAM right now, which means that you'd be able to stream on IRIAM, you know? As long as your phone is not a brick, you'll be able to stream on IRIAM. It does require a lot of, like, battery and things like that, but it's not too bad. Speaking of, I probably should plug in my phone. Whatever, I'll worry about it. I'll worry about it soon. Yeah, PC is expensive, so that's a really great part about IRIAM, is because for people who don't have a really nice PC or a gaming laptop or anything like that, it is a good entryway to being able to experiment with VTubing. Of course, now you don't get the experience of, like, playing games and stuff, but I think that in a platform like IRIAM, you really do get to experiment more so on what you can really do. I think that IRIAM has made me, in a sense, a smarter content creator, because on YouTube or on Twitch or something, you'll often fall into this like, oh, I'm only gonna play games, or I'm only gonna do like a tier list. You know, there's you fall into this kind of like, this is all I'm going to do type of territory, or you get really comfortable, and I guess you don't really think about it elsewise. Hi there, Nixie. Welcome. How are you? It's nice to meet you. I'm Riyo. Hello, hello, hello. Today we're talking about Vtubing and how to get into it. Yay. And other things if you're already into Vtubing. Yes, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, but with IRIAM, there's only so many things that you would imagine that you could do just on a platform where you're just like literally just like talking into your phone, but I don't think that that's necessarily the case. I think that a lot of people do kind of fall into that like, oh, well, I'm just gonna only do Zatsu, I'm only gonna do karaoke streams, but Boom, thank you so much for the toilet. I appreciate that. That'll remind me to drink some of my coffee, not my water, some of my coffee. Coffee fee. Okay, coffee, triple espresso. Do I need triple espresso in my system ever? No. Have I been drinking only exclusively triple espresso vanilla energy coffee beverage for the past like 2 weeks? Yes. What was I saying? Am I stupid? Yeah. I think that it gives me the opportunity to think more, out of the box a little bit, in ways to make really interesting streams for people to come see. And I think that that goes for any type of mobile streaming app. For example, like I know that Reality is also a streaming app that a lot of people use, and Reality is really nice because you can just make your own kind of like character creator type of avatar over on Reality. And I know that a lot of people that stream on Reality come and watch IRIAM, are interested in IRIAM as well. Unfortunately, IRIAM isn't open for everybody right now. It's only for the founding streamers right now. But outside of this, the concepts are pretty similar. That's what's up with people asking how to make characters. Yes, that's exactly it, because Reality is similar. It is a 3D model rather than like a 2D like me, you know? That one's 3D. So a lot of people want to like come in here and make their own thingamabobber. Yeah, they downloaded the wrong app. I think that they're just wanting more options, basically. But I think that mobile streaming in general gives you a lot of room to experiment with what types of things you can do, because we're not relying on that additional screen. So for example, you know, taste testings, ASMR is like super fun, and these are all still kind of like basic things. But they do show a lot of variety, and you can do a lot more with that. You can make things even more extreme, you know, especially if you have like an audio mixer with you, which is a little bit more expensive, but there are ways to kind of go around that and be a little bit savvy with your money. That's what Riyo did. And does whenever it decides to work, but that's the thing, if you're gonna be savvy and money savvy, is that it depends on, it decides when it wants to work and when it doesn't. Sadness. IRIAM is great for somebody getting started with entertaining others without an expensive investment into a computer. Absolutely. And one of the other fun perks about IRIAM is if you come in with your own model, say for example, you get a model done on, or even if you make one yourself, you know, that's what Riyo did initially, is I made every single model that I had for myself, prior to being with IRIAM. So whenever I wanted to experiment with VTubing, I made everything myself. I did everything myself. I didn't do the rig myself, but you can find some pretty inexpensive people who will do the rig for you online. And just people who are just starting out, wanting some experience in that field. You know, there's a lot of options, and as well as for artists who want to start doing live 2D illustrations, but haven't had that real opportunity to break into it yet, or haven't had an excuse to. So they would draw you for a bigger discount, or if you have a friend that's into it, sometimes they'll be like crazy nice and just like draw you one for free. I was that person who wanted to just like experiment with making live 2D illustrations more so, and models, so I would just draw models for my friends for free. Well, that's something that I did actually pretty often. I think that I made 4 or 5 for free for people, just because I wanted to experiment and learn more about where to break up the models to be sure that they could move around, and things like that. So it sounds a bit intimidating, but really making your own live 2D model is basically just drawing a bunch of stuff on a bunch of different layers. It's not as crazy as it sounds. It really isn't. So if you're wanting to do that, you can definitely experiment with that. Of course, PNG tubing is a thing as well, and you can get PNG tubers that are really cool, and really well thought out, and like honestly move around just as much as like a live 2D does now for a fraction of the cost. So that's something that's really cool. So if there's an artist that you really like, you can definitely pursue them. If their live 2D costs are a lot more expensive than you have in your budget, you could always inquire about a PNG model, and that way it's basically just like a frame by frame PNGs that there's multiple different apps that you can do, and you can implement this, so whenever your voice is talking, it'll do like little, kind of like in anime frames, where the mouth will just be like, you know, kind of like that. And it won't go exactly to everything that you're saying. I mean, you won't have as much motion. But there's so many apps now that, like, give you motion while you say these things. Yeah, exactly. Think about the stars, Bear. I appreciate it. Struggle too much with anatomy to make my own model. Really. Another really cool thing is if you have an app like Clip Studio, or any other sort of, like, any sort of other drawing app that has, like, an asset store. A lot of creators, especially in Clip Studio, because I have experience with Clip Studio, there's an asset store in Clip Studio Paint, actually, that you can scroll through, and people will have, like, bases for live 2D models that you can kind of just draw on top of, and those bases are already cut up, which is really cool. It's really cool, especially for someone that is wanting to have something that's a bit more unique than what a customizable model can do, because there are customizable models on the market right now, but there's different body types, different sizes, different shapes, heights, all sorts of things. Really, yeah. It's really awesome. The Clip Studio Paint asset store really saves me so much of the time. So I definitely recommend checking that out. There's even, like, there's so many different types of assets. If you wanted to draw eyes, but you're, like, really bad at, like, coloring eyes, you can buy, like, the freaking color of the eyes and just, like, drag and drop it into your eyes, There's a lot of really cool things that you can do, and just be savvy about, to make a model that is 100% custom to you, and not one that looks too similar to anyone else. Today's alert day, recovering from my overnight shift. Love you, Riyo. Wow. Overnight shift. You too, Belle? Wow. I'm so sorry, you guys. Good luck. Get some good sleep soon. Please. I'd love to try and make some anthro models. I have been seeing a lot more anthro models, actually, out and about recently. And especially, I think that's a market that's not as tapped into, but all the ones that I've seen actually do really well. So I would highly recommend it. I think that there's a market for that. Even if I think that if that's something that you'd want to pursue, maybe even like offer up commissions for anthro models, because I think that that's something that people are very interested in doing. There's just not a lot of people have done it yet. I don't think, at least from what I've seen. But I was doing some snooping and recently and found out that there were a lot of I found a handful of like scalies and things like that. And I was like, whoa, cool. And they were even just like PNGs, so they had just a couple of different mouth forms, a couple of different like blinking, winking, things like that. And they're still popping off. Some critters for sure. Critter Central. Hi there, Fujin. Welcome. How are you today? Oh my god, my PC. Wake up. Hello. Good morning. Okay, whatever. Okay. But yes. That's if you're wanting to a snail critter. A snail VTuber is crazy. That's crazy. I wouldn't mind being a snail either. Maybe a pill bug. Maybe I only ever hear the term scaly used by really? Really? What would the proper word be? What would the proper word be? That's crazy. That's crazy. I had no idea. I had no idea. Maybe I would want to be like furry for all animals. Hey, really? Really? I had no idea. I feel like a fool now. I feel foolish. Okay. Next up. Oh, also, if anybody has any questions about VTubing, at all while I'm yapping, please feel free to just throw it in the dark. It doesn't even have to be like for you necessarily in case you want to try VTubing, but in general, like if you have a Riyo specific question about my experience with it as well, feel free to, and I'll do my best to answer. I'll do my best to answer. But in general, how is it being a gay VTuber? I mean, for me in my experience, I have found that when he's getting not this again. I find that VTuber men, well, I think it's probably the same. Probably the same for girls in VTubing. Hi there, Mari. How are you? Welcome. We're talking about VTubing right now. Talking about VTuber right now. I think that when I started being a little bit more open about the fact that I'm like BL pilled and stuff, the amount of other boys that stream that are constantly flirting with you goes by tenfold. I don't think that it's for the weak of heart. If you like boys, it's dangerous for you. It's dangerous. Because you have so many options. You really do feel like you're a harem option. You know? Everyone, all these VTuber men are your beautiful choices in this lovely high school dating game. It's difficult. For sure. Too many options. And yet, I still pick Rena. Women always win. Do not date that's not what I'm saying. I mean, like, if we were in a high school AU, you know, it feels very much like we're in like a high school romance anime, you know? There's so many different options. Rena is yaoi. You're right. She'd be upset if I said otherwise. Okay, what else we speak about? Welcome to the shoujo manga brain. Yeah, exactly. Like 85 different love triangles, love squares, love stars, you know? But everyone's very kind. And a lot of the times, these people that'll like super flirt with you out in public, they'll like message you behind the scenes and they're like, "Is it okay if I do this?" It's very nice. Everyone's very considerate. Everyone's super considerate. But if I think that I remember I was gonna start saying something whenever Che had mentioned IRIAM possibly going to like the Philippines and stuff later on. I think that if pursuing something like this a little bit more professionally is something that you're interested in, Ryo would recommend immediately already, even if you don't have any like immediate plans, working on a whenever you're applying for like a VTuber company or any sort of VTuber affiliated thing, maybe it's this an indie VTuber group, anything like that. Hi there, Borkafer. That's such a cute name. Hi there, welcome in for the first time. I'm Rio. It's nice to meet you. We're talking about VTubing advice today. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll do my best to answer. I'll do my best. But if you're ever applying to a VTuber group, VTuber company, agency, anything of that sort, most of the time they're going to ask you for like a video to apply with and show all of your stops, show all of your fun quirks, show all of your experience, things like that. And a lot of people are like, but what if I don't really have experience? The truth is you do have experience, you just don't know really. Immediately whenever people think of show me your experience, they think experience with VTubing. So if you're just starting VTubing, you're like, well, how do I really capture that if I don't have any experience with the medium already? Well, one, you're totally fine to say that you've been a fan of the medium and have surrounded yourself with the medium for X amount of time, and showing that you're engaged in the community and showing that you understand the community that surrounds VTubing already is like a perk that a lot of people don't have. So if you're already here and you're already engaging in the community, in VTubing culture, things like that, that's already a plus side for a lot of these places, right? Outside of that, things that you did in school, if you did anything creative in school, if you pursue art, if you've done video editing, if you've done, any sort of these things, those are all experience that can definitely help you, because at the end of the day, all of these go under the umbrella of content creation. And if that's something that you are wanting to pursue, which VTubing is not, it's more than just streaming, it's more than just waking up, doing a little art stream, something like that. It's making short form content, it's making long form content, it's making all sorts of different content, song covers if that's something that you'd like to pursue, artwork if that's something that you'd like to pursue, and make that like a big part about your journey, find something that is important to you creatively. And talk about that and let them know, like, this is something that I really like and I would like to showcase during my journey as a VTuber. I recommend definitely focusing on that, even if you don't have too much experience with streaming. But on another note, pit crew is something that's really neat, and there's actually a document out there that shows different pit crews that you are able to use and edit to be like a PNG tuber. A lot of pit crews do actually allow that, shockingly enough. So if you want to start trying to stream, I'd recommend starting with one of those without having to spend any money, starting with one of those, making a little character that represents you the best way that you can, and just starting out streaming. As soon as you send in this little fun video edit that you do, and be sure in this video that you are as entertaining as possible. A lot of the times people will think this is like a job application type of thing. So you want it to seem super professional, super one way or another, but I recommend making these videos just the same as you would in a stream, Of course, scripting, it's okay. Doing cool fancy edits is fun too, but that stuff isn't necessary as long as your personality really shines through the video that you submit for applications and things like that. I think that that's the most important, because then they'll get to see how you would stream, even if you don't have too much experience in streaming. They'll get to see your personality, despite everything, despite all of the things that you've written out. So don't be like, hi, I'm Rio, I've been streaming for XYZ amount of years, I like doing blah 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 blah. So feel free to throw in some jokes here and there, make them fall in love with you as a personality, because at the end of the day, they're not just trying to hire somebody that has a lot of experience, they're also trying to hire somebody that has a lot of fun energy. They're hiring a personality. So be sure to show that you've got a big personality as well. And don't minimize yourself just because you feel like you're trying to fit inside of a box or something, or fit inside of these pre-requirements or prerequisites that somebody has created. You don't want to minimize yourself just to fit into the form that somebody has already drawn up. It's less of you trying to fit them and them trying to, if they like your personality, they will find a way to fit you in there, If it's meant to be, that'll be what happens. And having confidence in who you are as a creator, not only as a creator, but also just as an individual in general, is very important, very important. And that'll be how you really succeed. Hi there, Kana, welcome in. I'm sorry, I was yapping so much. Thank you for the star, welcome. How are you today? I also heard my struggles with the video portion is I hate my voice, so editing it has been a pain. I understand. There's sometimes that I listen to so what I do is, whenever I'm applying to places, so for about every like new season or every other season, I would have a new video reel that I submit. So I make something new every maybe 6 months or so, that includes new experience that I've had, showcases various different things about me, and I think a lot of the times I'll listen back to them and I'll think, Riyo, you sound so annoying. But at the same time, maybe they're looking for somebody annoying, so I have to hope and pray for that, you know, at the very least. But I did do that every 6 months, and just kind of prepared in case anybody wanted to pick up Ryoyo, that I had this set and ready to submit to anywhere that I was interested in. And a lot of people think that you need to make something individual for every single place that you apply to. I think that that's doing too much work for yourself. You know, I think that you know, it's definitely nice to, you know, if there's something that you want to include specific to this company or this VTuber indie group, you know, because it goes both ways. It can be both on like a super professional level, like an agency or a corporation, or even just like independent VTubing groups where, you know, it's a bunch of like friends that work together, do content together. You guys can like split costs, your assets together, you know, that works for independent groups as well. A lot of those also require videos on top of like the form. So it's kind of a, you know, it's an experience that both hobbyists as well as people that are trying to pursue this more full time both have a shared experience with, I think. So videos are very, very important. Videos are very very important. But yes, I would oftentimes listen to things that I did, and I was like, I'm not really sure. But at the time, I felt really proud of it. But then going back, I'm like, yikes central. I think my very first one that I sent out, a lot of VTuber forums will say, play a type of character. They want you, or at least they say, play a character, you know? Hi there, Bonnie. Welcome. How are you today? It's nice to meet you. I'm Riyo. We're giving VTubing advice right now. Right now we're talking about videos. Video submissions for forums and things. A lot of videos will say, I want you to pursue a, if you want to pursue a, an excited character, show off your character. So people will oftentimes see that as, okay, well, I'm going to play a certain role and act as that character. That's how Riyo started. I was always saying, like, I'm a very excitable person, I'm a very bubbly and cute person. So on my reels that I would send years ago, I would say things like, I would really ham it up. I'd be like, oh, hi, I'm Riyo, I'm bubbly, and I'm cute, and blah, 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 blah. And I would really play into it, and I would give off, like, character lore and all this stuff. But a lot of the times, people aren't hiring you to be that character that you are putting on in that video. You know, a lot of the times, they already have characters in mind, light personality things in mind, so putting all this effort into showcasing this pre-made character that you've already done, unless it's like for an indie group, you know, for a corporation, that's a bit, they don't really, I don't think that they're necessarily looking for that. I think whenever they say, show off your character, it's more show off you and your characteristics more so, rather than show off your character. I think that's a big kind of misconception, because whenever I stopped playing a character that I've like pre-written, you know, with lore and all this fancy stuff, showcasing that, oh, I can curate a character, yeah, but through that I wasn't showing who I was as a person. I wasn't showing my characteristics, and ultimately they aren't looking for somebody to play a role. They're looking for someone who just automatically fits in that based on their existing personality, you know, because playing a character 24/7, it's gonna suck, you know, it's gonna be really draining on you. So be yourself, but be your best form of yourself, you know. But whenever I stopped doing that that's whenever I started getting more callbacks and more interviews and things like that. Is whenever I just put down all the gimmicks, and just started showing who Riyo was as a person. Concern doing this single video for everyone was wrong. Felt too ineffective to make one for each submission. Yeah, it's definitely overboard. Definitely overboard to make one for every single one. I'd say focus on working on one that you can use everywhere. One that you can use absolutely everywhere. One that showcases your absolute best. I'd recommend, so for Riyo, whenever I make videos like that, whenever I make like portfolio type videos, don't make something that you're gonna watch and then never watch again. My rule of thumb is, for me, if I make a video and then I don't want to go back and rewatch it, why would anyone else want to watch it? You know? So it needs to be something that you can enjoy watching, something that you want to go back and watch because you're proud of it. And it's okay to be proud of something that you make, you know? I think that that's really important. And if it's something that you want to watch again because you thought it was entertaining, as long as you personally think it's entertaining, that's the best. Don't be ashamed of it. And if you think that it captures your own attention, that's the absolute best. That means that you have done your job absolutely perfectly. You have showcased yourself in a light that makes people excited and also makes yourself excited. So focus on trying to really showcase that part of it. Excited to play a character because lore making stories I've been doing for years, and I can make lore for any character that I'm handed. Yeah. I think that's another difficulty, is like showing that you're like kind of a blank slate in a sense. Being like a jack of all trades type of person, you know, like I kind of consider myself a jack of all trades, king of none type of person. So because of that, it can be a little bit difficult, because you want to somehow showcase like, I can do anything, but that could be a little bit detrimental sometimes. I've noticed. Just because I think that people are looking for specific things. So definitely showcase all of your talents, but I would recommend trying to focus your energy in at least like one aspect of your personality. And then once you get that in interview or anything like that, then kind of let them know like, oh, okay, well, I can voice act, so I can do this sort of range, and I can suit this type of form, so on and so forth, a little bit more, and then see, you know, where they place you. How do I start streaming? Do I have to stay consistent with the 20-30 hours of streaming? I have class, or at least trying to get classes. I think that consistency definitely is a key of it, but if it is something that you're just wanting to try out as like a hobby or something like that, I think that consistency isn't like extremely necessary. I think that a lot of even like some of the bigger VTubers, like they'll go on like 3 weeks and you just won't hear from them, and they're like, oops, sorry, hi, I'm back. So even some of the larger ones, or they'll be like, they'll cancel like 3 times a week, and then they'll like, you know, I think that, of course, once you're already established a little bit, you can kind of get away with that a little bit more, rather than whenever you're first kind of starting out. If you're still wanting to grow, if that's one of your goals, is to like grow as a content creator, I think that that's something that is definitely something that you need to give a little bit of time into. But something that I noticed that a lot of other people will do is they'll stream, for example, 30 minutes in the morning. I know on IRIAM here, a lot of people will do just like 30-minute streams, where they just, check in with everybody, how their days are going, and don't really do anything like too super fancy. Maybe sing a couple of songs, read a storybook, read a bad fanfic, read a Reddit Am I the Asshole type thing, you know, some things like that. They'll focus on things like that. I'm just for like 30 minutes a day, whenever you wake up, before you go to sleep, something like that. And it's just like an easy thing. And I also think that if you really do enjoy streaming, you will find time to do it. It won't be like a chore of like, oh, well, I need to weasel in 2 hours here, right? I need to find time in my day to do this thing. If you really enjoy streaming, once you start it and give it a little bit of some experimenting, you're gonna find that you don't want to stop at any time. You want to just continue on streaming, and you want to actively find time to make more. Bill, thank you, Headband. Thank you, Headband. I appreciate that. Thank you. Whoa, double Headband, thank you. Double Headband, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. That's so nice. Hi there, freak of IRIAM. Welcome. You're the freak here? Now you're stealing my title. You'll see. That's mine. Can we share? But yes, I think that once you give streaming a shot, if you haven't started yet, I think that if you really enjoy it, you'll be trying to find time to do things like schoolwork instead. You'll be trying to be like, well, let me pencil in the time for homework rather than let me pencil in the time for streaming. And streaming will just kind of be what you focus the rest of your life around, rather than vice versa. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. Of course, a lot of people can't really afford that luxury of just being able to stream whenever, whatever. But I truly believe if you fall in love with something, and if you do start really enjoying something, that's something that you are just going to be drawn to naturally, and you're just going to want to do it naturally. I know that whenever I end up taking, like, breaks for streaming, which isn't very often, I don't take them very often, just because, for me, I have this really unhealthy habit. Don't do this. Riyo does not recommend this. I have this really unhealthy habit where I will... I think if I'm not constantly streaming, I am growing backwards. That's not true, by the way. That's not true, by the way. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. That if you're not streaming, you're not growing. It's not how that works. That's not how that works. I'm like, oh, people don't listen to Riyo. That's the brainworms. That's brainworms. Which everybody gets brainworms, okay? Alright. So for me, I stream like every single day. Sometimes 2 times a day. Sometimes I've even streamed 3 times a day before, you know? Or I'll do an in-person event. I'll do like a meet and greet, and then I'll do 2 streams that day. You know, there's a lot of things that I do a little bit overboard. I do them overboard, but that is because I love it, and I feel like if I'm not doing advice, also don't listen to. Just not right here. I'm sure it also takes a lot of planning before. That's very true. So for Riyo, whenever I stream, you know, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. For example, you don't have to do this, but it is something that definitely helps grab more people's attention, more people's interest in you as a creator. People like to see variety rather than just like, you know, the same thumbnail every time, you know. So for example, like, making your schedule takes time every single week. That is my least favorite thing, is making my schedule, but that's only because I made my schedule really difficult for me to make every week. That's my fault. When I designed it, I didn't make it in Canva like a loser. I made it just all from scratch. I made a mistake there. Hi there, Chance. Welcome. How are you? It's nice to see you. How is streaming and things been going? How's it been going? You debuted not too long ago, right? Yay! Everyone applaud Chance for debuting not too long ago. It's good thinking. Yay! I'm glad to hear. I'm happy to have you here. Your model's so cute, by the way. I'm slightly obsessed. But as I was saying, yes, schedule takes a lot of work. A lot of people just like don't even work on schedules. And you know what? That works for a lot of streamers too. Exclusively just being like, hey, I'm gonna stream whenever I want to stream, and be there or be square. It works for a lot of people, actually. So don't feel like you have to work on a schedule. Hi there, Sayu. Welcome. How are you today? I'm Riyo. It's nice to meet you. We're talking about Vtubing and Vtubing advice today. If you have any questions about Vtubing, let me know, and I'll do my best to answer. I'll gamba Riyo. But yes, a lot of people don't work on schedules. I work on a schedule just because it kind of helps me, because I'm a pretty busy person, so anytime I'm not streaming actively, I'm working on something stream related, which is, that's something that a lot of people don't really recognize about VTubing, especially if you're gonna do it a little bit more professionally, or if you're trying to take it, more professionally. You know, Burger, thank you so much for following me. Official welcome to the VIP club. That means that you're a very important person, but also a very important prawn, because we're all shrimp here. Welcome. Working on a VTuber model, and do you have any tips on a 2D model? Are you drawing it yourself, or are you getting like a pre-made one, or are you working on a canvas, like a template or anything like that? Here, I gotta plug in my phone. I'm gonna die soon. I can't die, not like this. What's plugged in right now? Something's plugged in. What is this? I dropped my speaker. On there. Fuck! I'm dying! Wait, no! I got this! Stop yelling at me! I got this! Is this a cord? No! Okay. Don't say, Ryo, haven't you finished cleaning your room, because the truth is I haven't, okay? We already know that I haven't, okay? Don't be, okay, we all know that I haven't finished cleaning my room, okay? Okay, anyways, yeah, I'm good, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, we're fine, maid service? No, I can't, they're too expensive, okay, well, the room hasn't gotten any messy. Well, okay, we're not talking about it anymore. Live 2D models. Yeah. We mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I'll go a little bit more in depth. Of course, there's pre-made ones that you can buy. I would definitely, there's also a lot of really cool, designs over on Booth. If you haven't heard of Booth, it's booth.pm is the website. And what that is, it's like a Japanese artist hub where they sell a lot of different assets. And not only that, but like it's just kind of, in a sense, it's kind of like Etsy, kind of, where like a bunch of different artists sell different things. And even I would recommend Etsy on occasion. Definitely be sure on Etsy. You can be, sometimes people will literally take things off of Booth and start reselling them on Etsy, which is not cool. Or people will, like, sell AI things on Etsy, which is like, but, I would definitely, I might commission, so if you are looking, to commission a live 2D model, you know, they can definitely get a little expensive. I would recommend sites like VGen. You can look at Booth, and they will have, like, pre-made VTuber models that you can get, like, pretty cheap, and some of them will have, like, customizable options. You can get some of those for, like, $30. Of course, you would have some parts of that VTuber model that look similar to others, but you can, you know, you can always add on, like, live 2D assets. You can add on, like, glasses or something, and, like, that'll make you a little bit different, or they might have a hair color change option, or different hairstyles that you can add. You can add different animal ears if you wanted. You could probably add, like, a little collar VTubing, like, live 2D asset on there. You know, you can definitely kind of Frankenstein these types of things to make it a little bit more personal. But if you wanted to commission one yourself as well, there's a lot of different websites. A lot of times people will think that like there's only one place to, like, commission VTuber models. A lot of times people will automatically think of VGen, and they're like, that's just where to get it. But I would also recommend places like Schema. Schema is like a Japanese artist site, kind of similar to VGen, as well as, what's the other one called? Coconala, right? Yeah, Coconala. And you can get live 2D models commissioned on both of these websites. And they kind of work in the same way that, like, Fiverr does, Fiverr or VGen, where you can get live 2D Coconala. This is so sad. And they both also have English options as well. So most of the artists speak and, like, write in Japanese. Did I say Cocomelon? That'd be crazy. Twitter's good for commissioning models if you're familiar with the art. Absolutely. Now, you do have to be a little bit more careful on Twitter, because a lot of them are scamming you. A lot of them are those, like, GFX graphics bots. And that's scam central. But there are, if there's an artist that you already follow, and you like their work, they might do live 2D models, they might advertise them, they might retweet some of their friends that do live 2D models and are, a little bit more reputable, things like that. Very, very possible. But yes, I would recommend, honestly, and this is gonna sound like crazy. I don't mean to be crazy, but I highly would recommend, even though there is a language barrier, you can, a lot of these sites will, like, auto translate your messages for you over to the artist. I would recommend places like Coconala and Schema, simply because the yen is so cheap right now. It's so low, so you can get a really beautiful model for a lot cheaper, because the yen is so low right now. So it's kind of peak right now. So for example, let me look at Let me look at Coconala's live 2D models right now. I was sending a friend of mine some of these not too long ago. If you have like specific VTubers like art styles, most of them have their mama in their bio, and you can check that out too. Absolutely, absolutely. That's definitely a good way to find that as well. A lot of the times these artists are like have a really, really big queue, or honestly a lot of them work solely with like industries. So it's kind of difficult, especially if there's like a really big VTuber that you want to like share papa mama with. That's kind of, it can be definitely very difficult, But for example, I'm seeing this live for the VTubers create live 2D models, very cute style. Oh, that is a very cute style. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, their style's so cute. It's $132. $132. Wow. Wow. For like the whole thing. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? How do you spell that name? Coconala is Coconala. And honestly, if you just type in, or even if you just go in Google and type Coconala live 2D model, it'll pull up the entire category, so you can surf through there, and then it'll convert all of the yen to US dollars as well. And then there's also Schema, which is the same, which is Skima. And a lot of those are like artists who work pretty much on like Pixiv and Booth and things like that, and that's like their own like commission site is what Schema is. So you can definitely check that out as well. And there's a lot of like live 2D Papa Mama that work for a whole variety of prices, And unlike Skeb, which there are some artists on Skeb that do, hi there, Damon, welcome! There are a lot of Skeb artists that do live 2D models as well, but you know, unlike Coconala or Schema, you can't really go back and forth and have any revisions like Coconala or Schema does. And that's something that's pretty important. You can, of course, check on VGen as well for live 2D models, but the thing is with VGen, a lot of them are going to be a lot out of, not to say like too expensive, because you know everyone's work is priced accordingly, I do think, but there are things that are just unattainable for people's price ranges, especially whenever they're first starting out. So I would recommend, hi there, Rage Shade, welcome, how are you today? We're doing VTuber advice today. I would recommend if you're gonna hunt around on VGen, something that is really nice on VGen is that there are a lot of artists that aren't like quote-unquote verified yet on VGen, who are just like starting out on VGen. And what you can do on VGen, they have like a whole entire section, it's vgen.co if you haven't heard of it yet. But yes, you can click on, like, they have a whole entire tab for 2D avatars, is what that is. And what you can do, you can click on artist details, and there's two different verification things. There's one that says VGen verified, and then there's another that says community. And if you click on community, you're going to see, basically, this is what the equivalent of what I was saying before, where people who aren't I'm the Rizzler from Ohio, that's crazy. From Ohio, of course from Ohio. Welcome, Skibbity, how are you today? Ohio's never freed. But if you go on VGen and click on community, it's basically the same as a bunch of artists that haven't quite, you know, broken out, haven't quite gotten a whole lot of commissions yet for models and things like that, and still are wanting to try, getting their name out there a little bit more. So because of that, their prices are usually going to be a little bit lower. So you can scroll through the community tab and kind of find people that can suit the style that you like on there. Yeah, there's like a whole lot on here, and if you click on them, you'll get to find out like, oh, what their prices are. You know, some of them are probably going to be out of your price range, but some of them are going to be exactly your price range. Some of them will include the rig as well as the rig and bleh. The rig and the me when I don't know how to talk. The rig and the artwork, you know, and some of them will come with like extras and stuff too. Yeah, I'm looking at this person does rigging for $70. That's really not bad. That's really not bad for a rig considering how expensive rigs can be. Rigs can be up to like $2,000. You know, rigs can be more expensive than that even, you know? It's very expensive. It can be an expensive hobby, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. It can be priced well if you are just a little bit savvy and kind of thrifty with it, you know? I saw that, that's crazy. Yeah, VTubing, just for the art alone, sometimes can be up to, depending on how detailed your model is, how many, like, toggles and stuff that you have. So that would be, like, for example, if you wanted, like, if you had a hoodie or something and you wanted the hood to be animated to come up on your head, like you're pulling your hood up, and then taking it off, you know, extra toggles like that, or having your hands pop up and it's like on a gaming controller, and you're actually, like, pressing the buttons on the gaming controller. Things like that can actually make your artwork up to upwards of, like, $5,000. It's, like, it's expensive, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I think that a lot of people, whenever you're first starting, they really want to go out with a bang and have all of the cool assets, all of the cool things. You want your model to look super high-tech, super high-profesh, and it doesn't have to be. I think that a lot of the times people think that your model isn't the only thing that people see. You know, it's not the only thing that people see. People will see a lot of times. There are people that I know that stream exclusively with like a little chibi character of themselves, and their mouth just moves up and down. That's it for a lot of people, and they still do really well. They still do really well. I know people that who are now in very big places VTubing, who started out with just a drawing PNG that they made themselves, that just opened their mouth and closed their mouth, and that was it. And now they're in some of, like, the top agencies, you know, so anything's possible as long as your personality shines. I really think that, of course, an eye-catching model and stuff will help you gain some followers, but it really won't really gain you too much viewership in the long run. So it's all about your personality. I think that's really what shines the most, your personality and how you interact with the content that you are putting out there. I think that's really ultimately the most important. Even corporate VTuber struggles with 3D model movements and other limitations. Absolutely. Very expensive, very time consuming. A lot of times, you know, especially because we're working, a lot of the times, even the bigger artists that you work with, you know, I can't really name anything, but a friend of mine, she's also in a company, you know, the artist was, you know, it's such a popular artist, but because they're so popular, you know, and they're working with so many different people, it took a really long time for the model to even be in a place that was viewable. And, like, they're, like, super scared pushing it towards the deadline of, like, when she needed to debut. Like, it was, like, scary sometimes. So there's a lot of things that go wrong even on this round, this side of the world. So there's a lot of struggles that a lot of people don't really see, that are exactly the same as what any, like, indie streamer would have to do. And I know that Perverts had asked, how do you deal with haters? So for Riyo, I think that a lot of people, here's something that a lot of, and I noticed this about a lot of, like, newer people, both indie and not indie, kind of get caught up in. People will get really caught up in, like, there's, like, forums and stuff that people, go on and kind of talk poorly about people. I think that a lot of people get kind of hung up in that kind of place. And they put their worth into what other people are saying, or they try to pander or anything like that. Don't pay attention. Because ultimately, those people have never come to watch your streams, actually, don't really care to get to know you, don't have your best interest in mind. And if somebody really, really, really cared about your content, they would come and they would come hang out with you every single day. A lot of these people don't do that, obviously. Hi there, Captain Particle. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you ever got a first kiss? No. No, I'm a loser, so I don't have one of those. But my stuffed animals, I kiss those guys. Because they're my besties. They're my besties. Yeah, those are my besties. Anyways, I know what you are. That's crazy. I spend a lot of my I spend all of my life. I spend all of my life dedicated to my VIP, my very important project. Damn balls! Congratulations on your first time! Mwah! Congratulations, congratulations! 2 months in a row! Ah! Congratulations, congratulations! You're our favorite loser. Thank you so much, Kana. That's so kind of you. Thank you. I gamba. I love being a loser. You need friends. You never touch grass. I do touch grass. I don't want to hear that from somebody from Ohio. That's crazy. Not from Ohio. You ain't got no room to talk. You're from Ohio. And you're the Rizzler from Ohio. Come on. Come on. Stop the hate. I can't. I'm being a hater. I'll never not be a hater. That's my profession, being a hater. I'm like talking about like how to like not pay attention to the haters. And here I am being a hater. But no, I think ultimately, a lot of people, in terms of I think that a lot of people also send hate to people that they, I don't mean to be like the person that's like, oh, well, they're just jealous, but I think that a lot of times people are just jealous, honestly. Honestly, I really do think that they are, whether that's jealous of you as a person, or jealous that you have opportunities, or you shoot for those opportunities when they don't. I think for me personally, a lot of the opportunities that I've had thus far, aren't really anything. Nothing has been like handed to me, you know. I have to go out and seek those opportunities, you know. And I think that a lot of people don't think like that. A lot of people will see somebody succeed at something and they're like, oh, well, this person obviously had XYZ done, they weaseled their way into something, you know, nothing like that. I think that if you want something, you work for it. And I think that that's how most of VTubing goes. If you want something, you shoot your shot and you go for it, and people don't really see that a lot of times, and they will send you hate for it, or they'll be a bit cruel behind closed doors about it. I think that the best thing to do is just focus on yourself. It's just focus on what you want to do, because if you spend your time focusing on people who don't have your best interest in mind, if you spend your time focusing on people that don't care about the content that you make, truly, people who never come to your streams, people who aren't in your communities, who are you? Then you're not spending time thinking about how to, thank you for cheering me on. Then you're not spending time thinking about your community that you have currently, that is there currently cheering you on, you know, and then you're wasting your time because you're trying to appease and make the people who aren't there, who aren't showing up, happy. The people, and even in that, they're not gonna show up even if you do. You know, they're not gonna show up then still, even if you do, because at the end of the day, they don't care. They don't care. They don't have your best interest in mind. So don't pay any attention to them. Don't pay any attention to them. It is useless. Absolutely useless. Just focus on the community that you have, and the people that want to be in your community will show up. They'll show up. People that are, as long as you remain inviting and open. Of course, the haters can have a change of heart. They can't have a change of heart, and maybe they'll come eventually. Maybe they will eventually. I've seen it happen again. Sometimes people just have their villain era, you know, and that's okay. But focusing on what's ahead of you rather than the people who are off on the sidelines trying to bring you down. That's the best thing. Make a bad boy deep voice, please. No one likes it when I do that. No one likes it. You wanted me to say ara ara? Okay, I'll try that. Will it make you happy? Will it make you happy, Rizzler from Ohio? Okay. Ara ara. There we go. Okay. No one liked that. Everyone booed. Not everyone saying you. Not everyone saying gross. That's crazy. I knew that would happen. I knew that would happen. I knew everyone would be. I knew everyone would think that that was gross. This is the worst day of my life. Okay. Alright. Hey, that was so crazy. I know. Okay. That one time fun time. That'll never happen again. You know what? You did your best. It was, well, yeah. I know. Does anyone have any other questions, concerns, or anything about VTubing? VTubing, it can literally be anything under the sun. How do you feel about Skeb for art? I've seen others commission art from there, and I might get something from there. So, Skeb is a slippery slope. A really long time ago, one of my friends, you might know her, Nova Alchemy. She is the first person that I ever saw get a Skeb. As the first of my friends that I ever saw get a Skeb. And she wouldn't stop getting Skebs. And I was really like, now, why are you doing this to yourself? I don't understand. Because for me, I was the type of person that I already knew how to draw, so I would just draw everything myself. I was like, I don't, like, if I want something, I'm just gonna draw it for myself, you know, I don't need to do this. Then, last year, I got my first Skeb. Just because I wanted some schedule artwork that was not for me. Or not, like, by me, you know? Slippery slope. Mistake. Mistake. Biggest mistake of my life. And I only mean that. Because, the amount of money that I spend on Skeb is bad. But that's only because. That is only because. Okay, so I've gotten, while I am somebody that can draw for myself, and I know that I can. I also, I don't want to. I don't have time to anymore, really, basically. So I like paying people money to draw me. I like paying, somebody got white woman fight, that's crazy. I think that most of the time, Skeb artists will not do that. I think that that was really a bad egg. I honestly would recommend Skeb, because there are a lot of, as I kind of mentioned with, like, live 2D artists, you Skeb it only if you're prepared for the addiction of commission. That's exactly it. I got my bad gene from Bubs. There was a hot minute that I didn't get any Skebs done, but now it's just bad news Brian for Rio, yo. Like, every other week I'm buying more Skebs. It's bad, but I'm very savvy with it. You know, there are a lot of artists that have like cheaper prices. That are more within your budget and things like that. Artists that are just starting out and are trying to build up their portfolio. A lot of the times there's this little tab in Skeb that has like a new artist, new creators is what they call it, kind of towards the bottom of the page. And you're gonna be able to find anywhere from like 500 yen artwork all the way up to, like, I don't know, the highest that I've seen in like the new ones are like 8,000 yen or something, and right now 8,000 yen is $50. So $50 for an art piece, and normally the ones that are like high up in price are like beautiful. Hi there, Jordan. Welcome. How are you today? Hello. Isn't there the downside of no revisions? Yes, there is no revisions. But because of that, that is why kind of the artwork is cheaper. Than it would, like, normally be. So if you went to that artist, like, actual, like, commission site, a lot of them do have what I mentioned before was, like, a schema account, where they can do, like, actual full-on, like, commissions, and those ones have revisions, but they will be, like, maybe, like, 40 to 60% more expensive than they would be on Skeb. So a lot of the times on Skeb, it's not necessarily, a lot of times people think like, oh, it's a total surprise, but there are artists on Skeb, and actually most of them kind of really like if you just give like guidelines of what you want. So I'll see in other people's requests, they'll say, this is my character, they are this height, I am interested in this pose, I want this type of background, and, you know, still try to make things a little bit vague, so, you know, there's room for some wiggling, so for some artist creativity in there, but overall, you are allowed to give you know, some requirements. The only thing that they really don't want you to do is give like deadlines or say like, I need it by this date. You know, that's something that's a little not good. Then Skeb will probably not send your request through because they don't work on that. They don't work on like deadlines that you make. Skeb gives the artist a deadline. They'll like automatically give that artist a deadline. I also think though, with newer artists, you are going to get your art quicker than somebody that has already been on Skeb for quite some time. So new artists, because they are wanting to make their portfolio visible faster, they'll most of the time whenever I commission a new artist on Skeb, like 9 out of 10 times, I will get that artwork, if not the very next day, within the next 4 days, which is like very, very, very impressive. So not only was it a cheaper artwork just because they're trying to build up their portfolio, it's also super fast, like super duper fast, just because they want to build up their portfolio, they want to get more clientele, and then after that, then their prices might go up. So, but then you got a good deal, in that. So that's really good. That's really good and really fun. And there are a lot of people that, you know, I would recommend, you know, looking through Skeb artists like other works. A lot of the times they'll post their works on Twitter prior to, or Blue Sky even. Some of them have like portfolio sites that you can look at entirely and look through their portfolio to see like what all types of characters they draw, what kind of their bounds are. Some of them do like kimono. I think that's what they're called, like the kind of like more like furry type. They do. I see a lot of kimono artists on there. Some of them do NSFW type work. You do have to check that on like a box separately in case that's something that you are interested in, getting some like spicy artwork and things like that. That's kimono. 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 What did I say? Kimono. What did I say? Correct. Oh, correct. Okay, yeah, that is what I said. I thought that you were correcting me. I was like, oh damn, am I stupid? Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, they do that. A lot of artists. I do see a lot of. I do say a lot of artists also be able to draw people of color pretty easily as well. It just kind of depends on the artist, you know. So I'd recommend definitely looking through their portfolios first and foremost. And another thing that you can do on Skeb is if you are kind of like nervous that like they won't really draw me right, or it might be difficult for them, you can always say in your request, please appeal if necessary, or say like if it's too difficult, please appeal. So there's something in Skeb called appeal, and what that is when you initially submit in a request, and this happens a lot, like if I'm requesting 2 people in an artwork together, you know, the price that they list might just be for like one person, like a 1-person illustration. So I'll say, please appeal if necessary. I can submit it in for that base price, and if I say please appeal if necessary, that basically means that they'll send me back the request with a slightly adjusted price, based on the request that I made. So imagine I submitted into an artist that primarily does like bust up illustrations, and I submitted it in for that same price that is just listed on their base page. I could say, if I want a full body illustration, please appeal the cost if necessary. And then they could come back and say, okay, instead of it being 3,000 yen, it's gonna have to be 5,000 yen, which is like 36 bucks, okay? And then I'll say, okay, or I can cancel that request, depending on if it's still going to be in my price range or not, or if I wanted to have a different expression added in. So what if I wanted one that smiles and then one that has like a pouty face, you know? Please appeal if necessary. And a lot of the times they'll say, okay, this is perfectly fine, and then they'll give me 2 different options of the illustration. They'll send that in, or they might want it to be like 1,000 yen more just to draw a slightly different face, you know? So having that open and having that kind of open form of communication in a sense is really good, because that is a way that you can kind of let the artist know, like, if you need something from me, it's almost like a way to have communication on Skeb without actually having communications on Skeb. That's the Davi! What the F? Thank you for the princess. I appreciate that. Oh my god, wait, your first second star. Thank you so much. Mwah! Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. Thank you. you. That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Time to support Skeb artists. I really do recommend. Chance, if you want me to send you some Skeb artists as well, I would be absolutely happy to send you some Skeb artists that are in good price range and that I think would really suit you. I love looking at Skebs. There are so many like really like beautiful Skeb artists that I see that I'm like, I just don't think that it would suit my character, but I'm like, I see them and I'm like, God, I wish that it would. I wish that it would. So I end up not requesting them, but I save a lot of the artists. So I would love to send you a list of some really well priced out Skebs. Of course, you know, you can't, there's no communication throughout, so you can't like message and be like, hi, is the artwork almost done? There's none of that. So you just kind of have to it's an art gotcha, but I have never, there's only been like one time that I wasn't happy with a Skeb illustration that I got, and that's only because I took a gamble. And I think that the artwork that they were showing was artwork that they spent a whole lot more time on. It's okay, it was only like 500 yen. So like I wasn't hurting. That was like $3. That was like $3. And I've gotten probably almost like, yeah, 60, 70 Skebs now, but there's also, there's, you know, you can make, like, really awesome relationships with artists on Skeb as well. There is, someone that I got to do some stickers for my Discord, and they liked my design so much that they even drew me, like, little fan art afterwards and added it in my art tag. Like, that's so cute. There's an artist that I get to do most of my, super pro artwork, and we just have, like, this nice little, like, working relationship now, and now anytime, like, he knows anytime I need pro artwork, I'm going over to him. And a lot of the time, Skeb artists will also, this is really interesting, because Skeb artists, a lot of the times, once you send in your request, while there isn't communication on Skeb for you to them, there's also not communication for them to you. And something that Skeb artists will often do is they will tweet about your certain commission, which is very interesting, and that's kind of a way that they communicate to you, through it all. For example, there is an artwork that was taking a little bit longer than it normally did from the artist that I primarily do all of my, like, super high quality pro, for big projects work with, and he was a little bit slower than he normally was. And normally he takes like 2 weeks or something, and I was like, oh yeah, it's been like a month and a half. I wonder, like, what's wrong? I mean, it was a very big artwork, and I requested 2 in 1. So I was like, okay, well, maybe just something's up. But so I checked their Twitter, and basically, he would, like, take a very small screenshot of, like, the corner of the art piece and be like, I'm so sorry that this is taking long. My computer is acting up. Please wait a little bit longer. And I'm like, okay, he's talking to me. So a lot of times, Skeb artists will communicate, through you that way. And I've also gotten, like, some assets for, like, my hands for, like, VTube Studio. There's people that draw, like, different, like, hand assets and things, like, for game controllers, for you holding a drink, for you holding a microphone, you holding a stuffed toy, you know, various things like that. There's really any type of art that you could want on Skeb. There's also musicians on Skeb. There's people that write scripts on Skeb. There's people who just give art advice on Skeb. Lots of different things. It's very cool. I got some hands done, and the person had, like, even been asking me questions through their Twitter. Of course, they didn't at me, because I think that a lot of the times in, like, Japanese, like, social media culture, you know, adding people and stuff like that is, like, a little, especially, like, smaller artists, you know, it's just kind of out of politeness, rather than anything else. But, she was, like, wondering, she had sent, like, a question being like, where did you find my account? Because I've had Skeb for so long and no one's ever found me. And she didn't at me or anything. I think that she was just like, maybe he'll, like, check it. I think it's kind of natural for Skeb artists to communicate through Twitter like that. So, a lot of times if they have any questions, they'll send through there, or, or kind of hope that you see it, or if they have any extra notes. Sometimes I'll have like sometimes my hair clips will be forgotten in illustrations, or people will forget my moles on my face, and they'll they'll tweet and say, "I'm so sorry, I forgot your moles. Let me resend the image," and things like that. So it's very cute. It's very cute, and that is a type of way to kind of bypass the Skeb no communication rule. Belle, thank you so much for sharing your hearts with me. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I might have forgotten the moles on the 3D. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. It happens to the best of us. We love the moles. Thank you. Thank you. They're my special charm point. I like them too. I like them too. I didn't know about that. Actually, very cute. I didn't quite know about it until I followed some of the artists that I work with more actively. On Skeb, ones that I'm kind of a repeat customer with. I try not to follow them if I'm not a repeat customer, just because I'm like, I don't want to seem too annoying, you know, or like I'm like hounding them down about delivery. But if they're artists that I work with very frequently, or ones that have like tried to communicate with me through Twitter, just through their tweets, that way, then I'll pop in, and follow them back, or follow them to begin with. But yeah, a lot of Skeb artists are really, really, really kind. And I'm not the only person that has gotten like additional artwork from like Skeb artists or something, or anything like that. A lot of times, as long as if you're a repeat customer, they'll really make like a working relationship with you, and then it's possible that you can even commission them outside of Skeb, or they'll make kind of an exception for the rule. Loot, thank you so much for the stars. How are you today? It's nice to meet you. I'm Riyo. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Do we have any more Skeb related questions? VTuber related questions? Anything under the sun? Agamba Riyo. Let me turn up my audio a little bit more. I'm sorry. I'm yapping so much today. So knowledgeable, so cool. I don't think I'm all that knowledgeable or that cool. I try my best, though. I appreciate you answering my question. Of course. How do you stop worrying about view counts and stats? That is difficult. That is very difficult, Davi. Very, very, very difficult. Even Ryo-Yo is a bad chance. Thank you so much for the heart. I really appreciate that. Ryo-Yo is also kind of always worried about those things. So for me, I see that sometimes, and I'm like, people have stopped caring. You know, sometimes the brainworms will get you, and you'll tell yourself people have stopped caring. That's not the case. That is not the case. I'll have you know just now. Like, immediately, that's not the case. Even though I think that sometimes, and you'll think that sometimes, everybody thinks that sometimes. You know what I mean? Every single streamer, no matter how large or how small, they will think that sometimes. Well, thank you so much for the big heart. I appreciate that. Orbini-chan! Welcome. How are you? Oh my god, wait, hold on. My phone is dying. Hold on, stay. I gotta get a proper charger. This is crazy. Stay right there. Wait. Okay, stay. Are you still there? Stay. Okay. Wait, I gotta plug. On the wrong side. Okay, stay there. Okay. Hopefully that works. Okay. Hi, welcome back. Okay. Yes. Okay, we stayed. Beautiful. Okay. Just think that the people care about you so much, it's not all about the numbers. Yeah, so this is okay. There were balls on my screen always. Stupid. Okay. How to not care about numbers. I mean, naturally, as a streamer, especially if you're doing it a little bit more professionally, and you know you're wanting to grow and you're wanting to reach new heights, it can be really difficult. I won't lie. It's something that Ryo struggles with quite a lot. But I have to often remind myself the people that support you are from all over the world, which means that there is not one correct time zone for you to stream in. Therefore, that would mean if everybody that supports you, if every single person that cares about you, they would have to set their alarm clock to wake up at like 3 a.m. sometimes to catch your live, you know? And that's just not possible for some of them. But then you would have to change up your schedule too, you know? It can get complicated. It can get really complicated for that, you know? Wondering about the best time to stream. It's hard to find. It's hard to find what is the correct stream time. It, like, doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. I have found for me, looking at, like, the world map, 8 p.m. is, like, a good time, but then, like, a lot of people stream at, like, 8 p.m. because that is such a good time. So then there's, like, 85 streamers all going at one time, you know? It's really complicated to find a proper time. Not only that, what was I gonna say? Not only that, but you have to also remember that, like, the people that do support you, they also have very busy lives. Like, our lives are busy streaming, but their lives are also just as busy. So I've noticed that most VTuber fans are, like, college kids. And they're you know, and a lot of VTubers are also college kids, you know? So everybody's, like, trying to get finals in, everybody's trying to study for classes, everybody, you know, and that's something that's very difficult, too. And, you know, lurking in streams helps sometimes, you know, but a lot of the times, you know, they gotta just, like, focus on school, and that's complicated. That's complicated. A lot of times people are applying for new jobs. I know, for example, Carla just got a new job, and she can't have her phone with her on the floor, you know? So she can't come and lurk and listen in on streams like she used to. And she also can't stay up late to watch, you know, her, like, Kamiyoshi all the time as well, because he streams super late at night. She can't watch him, you know? Because she has to go to sleep for the next day to wake up at, like, 6 a.m. to go to work, you know? So it's, you know, people's lives change very instantly, and as VTubers, you know, I think that a lot of us try and keep that, there's, like, a small separation between us and our supporters, you know, and just for, like, safety for both parties, you know, so we don't know 100% everything that goes on in their lives, you know. I think that as long as people as long as you are finding ways to keep people engaged in one place or another, whether that's social media by making meme posts or short form content that people can watch anytime, long form content that people can watch at any time, having, like, VODs that are logged on YouTube, VODs that if you stream on Twitch, save those up on YouTube, things like that people can still visit after the fact. I find that a lot of the times, I have people that like my streams, but due to time zones, due to work that they have going on, they can't watch it right at that time. So I'll have a live stream that when I'm live, there's, like, 400 views or something, or there'll be, like, 35 people in chat or something, right? After the fact, after the VOD's been up, there's, like, an additional, like, 200 to 300 views, and that's all people that didn't get to watch it live, you know. That's a lot of people. Just because somebody cannot be there at that very moment does not mean that someone doesn't care about you or the content that you're putting out there. So definitely don't let that be a reflection on you as a content creator, because if you do that, then it's just going to be brainworms, and you're not going to want to stream anymore because you are letting that get to you. So just try not to let that get to you, and think about all the people that will support you outside of that live setting. I think that capturing people that will support you outside of that live setting is just as important as capturing people that can come visit you live. And that's why I try to do not only short form content, not only long form content. That's why I stream on YouTube as well, so I can capture people that can't come see me live on IRIAM, and vice versa. I come on IRIAM for people that, you know, can easily put me in their phone pocket and not have to worry about having to pay super close attention to what's going on stream, and they can, or on screen, and they can just pop in their headphones and go along their merry day, you know. Things like that are, you know, there's so many different forms of content that you can do to reach audiences, and eventually their schedules are going to line up and they're going to be able to see you. There's been since I've started streaming at like 8 p.m. or so, some days I try to vary my stream schedule time, so people from no matter what time can hopefully come and see me and hang out with me at some point in the day. But it can be difficult. It can be difficult for people, and I never want to expect that out of people too. All I can do is continue working the hardest that I personally can as a streamer, to meet them where I can. You know, it's less of them coming to find a break in their daily lives to meet me, and it's more of me trying to find where I can meet them and where I can find a comfortable spot to meet them, and make you know, I don't want to have to be somebody. I don't want to have to be like something stressful for people, being like, oh, I need to come catch Ryo's stream at this time, but I'm gonna be at school, but I'm still gonna come and do this even though I'm in the middle of it. Like, I don't want that. I'm like, you can come see me tomorrow at nighttime rather, you know, and we'll hang out then, you know, because I think that one of the cool things about VTubing is that, like, for us, we're supposed to be something fun, an additional part in somebody else's life, to make their daily life a little less stressful, to give fun times, distractions, you know, things like that. So to remain as that and remain calm and just focus on giving a good show to the people that do show up, whether that's at 8 p.m., whether that's at 2 a.m., whether that's at 1 p.m., you know, regardless of that, and try to just dedicate that time to finding your audience, you know, if that makes sense, and meeting them there. Your supporters will find ways to support you even if it's not live, so please don't think them not showing up means that they've lost interest. Believe in yourself and your capabilities. That's exactly it. I've had, you know, I get in that, yeah, it's natural. Every single content creator is gonna get like that. Not even just VTubers. Every single person is gonna get like that. People will also find, you know, some new people that just debuted, or new people that just popped out on the scene. They want to give them a little bit of attention too, and then they'll hop back on to you, you know, and it happens a lot. It really does. Because at the core of it, VTubing and just content creation in general it's a friendly field, but it's also kind of unspokenly competitive as well, because we all share the same kind of support base, you know? So it can be difficult at times, but as long as you remember that, you know, the viewership they're not something that we're fighting over, it's something that we're sharing, and we all have different experiences that we can give to our viewers, you know? And different needs that we meet of our viewers. So that's something to also keep in mind, I think. If that made any sense. Hopefully it did. I don't know. Fingers crossed. Yes, thank you. Okay, I'm glad. Yay! Damn. Orphany-chan, how are you? Welcome. Oh, Tabi, thank you for the yay. Thank you, yay. Yay, thank you. Yay, thank you. Thank you for big heart as well. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very well said. I try my best. I got Mario. Okay, do you have any other questions about VTubing that I can yap about? Or any topics that you would like me to touch on? Anything like that? I keep rotating through water and coffee, and it's such a strange experience. My coffee isn't really cold anymore either, and I'm sad about it. It's lukewarm. Room temperature coffee? Don't piss me off. You gotta pick one or the other. When I started watching VTubers back in 2012, that'd be crazy. 2021, it made my life more fun. And I think that whenever I started streaming in 2020, and it made my life more fun too. I think it really is a two-way street. And you need to focus on it being a two-way street. I think a lot of people get into VTubing because they have certain goals. They're like, I want to make money. I want to be famous. But I think that the ultimate goal is that you need to just go in with it, having fun, and go in with it as like kind of a challenge to yourself. And then I think that it'll be one of the best experiences that you have of your life. Not only as a supporter, but also as a streamer as well. as VIP. We all wish you always enjoy streaming as well, Rio. You make us all happy. I'm happy to hear it. Thank you, Val. I appreciate that. Telling us to abuse our connections to you for nepotism. Hey! Not quite, not quite, not quite, not quite, not quite. Not quite. I mean, sometimes being a nepotism baby is okay. I wasn't a nepotism baby, but you could be. You could be. You could be. I almost quit art before I decided to become a VTuber in 2021. Making my own model back then made me passionate again. Yeah, I think that a lot of times people think that it's like stressful making a model, but it's actually really, like, it's really fun. It's really fun making your own models. Hi there, Yuriko. Welcome, welcome. How are you? It's nice to meet you. I'm Riyo. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Yes, yes, yes. Don't quit. Don't quit. I think that even if you take a long break, quitting something entirely is, especially if it's something that made you passionate at some point, that means that that passion is still there. So please never forget that. Never forget that. I've taken a break on a lot of things. A lot of things in my life that I've, like, been, like, eternally passionate about. But I'm never going to say I'm fully done, you know? People have asked, like, oh, are you fully done with XYZ? And I'm like, well, no. Just for now. Just for now. And sometimes you need that break away for things. Very important, very important, very important. Took a 2-year break from VTubing, but here I am now. I also took probably, maybe like half a year, maybe a little bit longer, mainly because I was focused on having the opportunity to become Ryo. I was focused on that. Need a decent rig. I'm getting hard locked on the character design part. Way too many ideas. Are you making your own model? The character design is always difficult. For me, I would always reference mangakas, like art books, and look at illustrations there, and that gave me a lot of design ideas. Way back in the day when I did my own designs. Super way back in the day. That was something that always would inspire me, just flipping through art books, as well as, like, character design books, reference real-life outfits. Whoa! That's fancy. Hi there, Bam Bam, welcome! How are you today? It's nice to meet you, I'm Ryo. Nice to meet you, I'm Ryo. We're talking about, that's crazy. Talking about VTuber advice for the day. I would recommend, honestly, Yuriko, whenever you're looking for rigs, I always, before I started streaming on IRIAM, I would always get my rigs just done on Fiverr. I really would, and I was always happy with everything, you know. Everything was simple enough, got the job done, I was able to get toggles, you know, and there's such a wide price variety that, like, you know, you'll always be able to find something that's in your price range. And as long as you find something that's, like, that has good reviews, or reviews in general, that's very important. That's very important that you see all that. Because then you know that you're not gonna get scammed, you know? And you can like, look at the reviews that people have left, as well as kind of, like, the work that they have. But yeah, I would spend, like, $50 on a rig, and that's, like, in my brain, I'm like, $50. Okay, $225. Okay, that's $225. $225 is like 1 week of silly drinks. So it's 2 weeks of silly drinks. So, what are rigs? Did you see how I move like this? That's what a VTubing rig would be. Is how a live 2D illustration, how, like, a picture or a design starts moving along with me. You know? That's what they're called. Silly drinks are very important for life. That's very true. Guess what? What, Jordan? What? What is it? I'm bad at guessing. Hi there, Carla. How are you? Hello. Thank you so much for the stars. How are you today? How's your fever going? I know that you said that you were a little sick earlier. I hope that you're feeling a little bit better. Everyone's sick today. You're sick today. Raz was sick today. It's so sad. Here you go. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. How would I get a model commission? So, there's lots of different places. You don't have to get, like, a commissioned one if you're just starting out VTubing. There's a lot of, like, pre-made models that you can kind of customize a little bit. That's really cool and really nice on a bunch of different websites. VGen, Booth, you could even get one on Fiverr. You could get pre-made models over on Etsy too, and a lot of these pre-made customizable ones are anywhere from, like, $15 to like $100. So those are really cool. Those are really cool, because you can kind of customize it a little bit to fit you more, a little bit, or you can find a design that's been a pre-made design that's already rigged and already ready to use for VTube Studio, for pretty cheap as well. Of course, you might find somebody else that's using that same design, but it just matters what you do with your streams and your content that'll make you stand out, despite the fact that it might be a design used by somebody else. Hard to sift through the scams for good modelers. Yeah, it is a bit difficult. It is a bit difficult. I think that, as long as you focus on somebody that has at least even just a couple of reviews. A couple of reviews. That's important. That's an important part. I missed you so much, Wiwi. I missed you most, Carla. We talked about you earlier. / pause, though. Positive. We talked about you / positive. Yeah. There's just like, yeah, I think that VGen has some really cool model artists, and really cool artists in general. He hates me? No, I love you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't hate you. I'll never hate you. I'll never hate you. What did you say? Oh, I was just talking about your new job and that I was proud of you. That's all. It was positive, I promise. See, listen to Belle, listen to Belle. Hi there, Marie, how are you? Welcome in. Yes. But, that's some of my... Wait, I'll go cry. No, don't cry! Don't cry, no crying. Hi, I'm good, I'm glad to hear. He loves his Carla, that's very true. See? I love Carla. I love everybody. Everyone. I like your model, it's pretty cool too. Thank you! I appreciate that, thank you. But yes, does anyone have any other VTuber questions? VTuber questions. I'll try to give my best advice. We'll do maybe like one or two other questions before wrapping up. My phone is like not even charging. This is crazy. No, my phone might cook me before anything else. I should have charged my phone before. I didn't charge my phone before I started streaming. I didn't put it on the hook last night because I was charging my Switch because I was playing Luigi's Mansion last night. It's really good. It's really good. Then I got lost. But I didn't know how to save in the game, so I just like closed out, but I didn't want my Switch to die. So I just plugged it in so I wouldn't die and lose my spot. I'm gonna get good at it soon. Did he mess up the origami? No, see, the origami was pretty. There we go. How do you apply it to your streams? The live 2D models? So, over here on IRIAM, they actually will implement the models for you, which is really cool. So you don't have to worry about that at all. As long as you have your rig and your model all done, IRIAM they'll do all of the behind the scenes work and put your model in, so it'll be loaded up in your account all the time, and you'll be able to stream with it at any time. And if you get any additional models or any additional outfits that you want to change into, they'll load those up as well, as long as you just like give them your files and say, okay, here you go, and they'll put it in the app for you, which is really cool. But if you are wanting to do like Twitch or YouTube, there's a program called OBS Studio. And there's a couple of different other programs like Streamlabs, I think it's called. I don't recommend Streamlabs, even though that one looks a little bit more user-friendly. It is heavier on your computer. So if you just are wanting to stream on like your laptop, and your laptop might not like be like the strongest thing ever, the most powerful gaming laptop, or you might not have the most powerful PC or anything like that, I wouldn't recommend Streamlabs. I used to only use Streamlabs, and then one time somebody was like, Rio, why are you using Streamlabs? That's so stupid, dude. Use it if you have a NASA computer. basically, because it uses so much more of your CPU. But if you are streaming both, if you are capturing both your model, as well as a game, as well as streaming it, and like trying to connect it through the internet waves of the cyberspace to get it over onto YouTube or Twitch, and playing like a beefy, like big beefy, like shooter game at the same time, you know, that's a lot of work on your computer. And if you use Streamlabs, it's gonna make it even more clunky, despite it being, it looks a lot more user friendly. And that's why I started with it, because it looked like it wouldn't be as complicated as OBS was, because OBS was like a lot of like, I don't know, it just looks intimidating, but OBS isn't actually all that intimidating. Carla, congratulations on your star 5 months in a row. Congratulations. Mwah! I missed you. I missed you. Thank you for the support. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's go off-guy driving. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the support. Mecha, congrats. Mecha, congrats. Mecha, omedetou. Not use it when I'm streaming Star Citizen. I'm not sure what Star Citizen is. Let me look at that. Star Citizen. Yeah, this looks beefy. This looks beefy. Don't use Streamlabs. So definitely use OBS. There's a lot of really awesome like YouTube tutorials to help you get more familiar with OBS, and honestly, spend 15 minutes just kind of exploring OBS and you're suddenly gonna know how to do everything in OBS Studios. It looks so intimidating. It really does. It really isn't though, and I think that it's actually a lot. It's easier on your computer. It does not use a lot of, because it's so like kind of bare bones, whereas Streamlabs makes it very like pretty and nice for you as like a user to want to use. OBS Studio, while more intimidating, it is more bare bones and it's more like a it feels like almost like, so how I would explain it is like, one of them feels like a drag and drop, like website builder, and then the other one feels like, oh, like you're using code. But that's what it feels like, the difference between the two. Whereas the one, you know, if you're coding your own website, you can actually do a lot more while coding your website than just like a drag and drop website could do. And then also in a drag and drop website, they're always going to want to charge you more money to do things that you actually want to do. You know what I mean? So Streamlabs is the same type of thing where they're gonna want to, if you want some specific aspects of it to use, if you want to use more custom things and things like that, they're gonna charge you to like unlock these things, which sucks. It sucks. So that's not cool. Not cool. So Streamlabs has that, which is a total bummer. Total bummer. So I definitely recommend OBS in the long run, ultimately. Because the two, once you make like your layout and stuff in one, you can't really convert it over to the other, so then you'd have to like re-input everything. So I just automatically say OBS is how you should do it, and through that you can capture your VTuber model. You can capture it either transparent or through the green screen, and you can filter out the green screen, and it'll look all like nice. As long as you have the VTube Studio downloadable app, which you can get for free over on Steam, or you can get it on your phone and load your model up in your phone. All very easy to do. There's tons of YouTube tutorials that'll help you and walk you through that process. But I would definitely recommend OBS out of all of them. Vel, thank you for all the off-kais. Kana, thank you for all the off-kais. Running to off-kai would be crazy. Let's run! It's like so far away. Let's run! Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should stream my journey to off-kai, and it's just me running to off-kai. That would suck. That's running, sprinting to off-kai, sprinting like, how many states away is it? I don't know. It's an amount away. A month of walking, not a biggie. I wonder. Let me see how many days it would be to walk. Hold on. Where is it? Cannibal Parachute. That's crazy. Where's Off-Kai? Off-Kai Expo. It's near San Francisco, right? Why am I blanking on where it is? Take a train? I looked into taking a train. I looked into that. It was really expensive. It was like $1,000. I was like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. I wanted to though. Okay, let's find out how long it would be to walk there. how long it would be to walk there. $1,000. I'm like, hypothetically, the train would be so fun. But, I think I'd rather dig around the convention center and push it somewhere else. Dig around the convention center feels like it's like whenever you dig the holes in Animal Crossing around the rock so you can, like, properly capture everything. Okay, yeah, if I was walking to Offkai, it would take me 24 days. 677 walking hours. Alright, guys! If we start May, like 20, May 25th or something. We can make it. Yeah, that's just me walking. I wonder if we ran, what we could do. Beautiful. Yeah, I'll start walking. That's crazy. Wait. I'd have to walk a little bit through Mexico? That's crazy. What? Carla, I'm gonna come see you. What? That's so silly. This route is crazy. This route's crazy. You know, maybe we should. So no one ever. Okay, and our final question, Vel had asked what got me into VTubing to begin with. Riyo started VTubing in 2020. I started 2020, when life was, like, obviously, like, no one could, like, leave their houses ever. I was interested in it because, pack a single sandwich for 28 days? Yeah, that'll really get me going. I'm gonna start, like, putting my crumbs on the ground so I know my way back. That's crazy. Ham? Yeah, that's gonna really do really good. Ham and cheese for the whole time. No, it's not gonna get moldy. I'll just take nibbles, leave a crumb on the ground so I know my way back. Yeah. No cheese. Okay, so are we scared of the mold? I think that we should accept it. Take a small nibble every day and you'll make it, maybe. Just ham. Dobby, you weren't following me. That's crazy. Welcome back. And bye, we'll have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Jordan. You as well. But yeah, I started VTubing 2020. I think that I've enjoyed it just the same as I did back then as I do now. I think that I know a whole lot more though. The reason why I started it is because as we all know, Ryoyo's an idol, and I've always been an idol. If you guys have watched my lore video, it all checks out, okay? But I've always done music and things like that. But in 2020, Ryo couldn't go out, and I couldn't really do like live performances. I couldn't do meet and greets. I couldn't do anything like that, and that made me really like sad. So I wanted a way to still be able to entertain in a way, because entertaining and performing and things is like, that's all I've kind of known for a really long time. So I still wanted to do that, and in turn I also wanted to get good at art through the process. So I kind of took both of my interests, wanting to get good at artwork, and I did art streams all the time to get better at art, better at digital art, and I could still, you know, interact with people and make people's days a little bit brighter. I was always really focused on being able to be a good distraction for people. That's something that I've always wanted to do. Be somebody that people can relate to, and even if they don't relate with because I'm so bad at everything, they can at least laugh at, you know? So I wanted to always provide that type of experience, and of course, because of COVID, I wasn't able to provide that experience anymore. So this was, once this started becoming more popular, and I realized, oh, well, I can just draw my own model, and because I was wanting to get better at digital art anyways, it was like the perfect avenue for me to give that a shot, you know? So I tried it. I made my logo, I made my overlays, I made my assets, I made everything. And then, yeah. By any chance, you'll stream for 5 to 6 more hours this month? Yeah, I'm streaming all week. Every single day I'll be here on IRIAM. Every single day. Let's see. Okay, just making sure. That's crazy. Are you trying to get a 3-star? Yes. Ryo will be here all week. Let me check our schedule. Since we'll wrap up here anyways. Yes, tomorrow night we are gonna have to push our stream from our ASMR stream tomorrow. We're gonna have to push that back on time a little bit because IRIAM's doing like a surprise maintenance. Literally, as I scheduled it, like, at the exact time. So, our ASMR praise night is gonna have to be a little bit later in the night. So, but right whenever IRIAM is back up after maintenance, that's when we're going to be starting it. So it'll probably be around 11 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. 10 p.m. I don't know. It's gonna be after maintenance stops. I'll be here. Unlucky's pretty boy shot. I know. I was like, no. Stream through it. That's crazy. Secret maintenance. It really is. But tomorrow's Thursday, so I'll just go annoy Rio Mama instead during the daytime or something. So yes, I'm gonna be streaming some praise that night. And then the day after that, yeah, Friday is our baby food taste testing. Saturday, we're gonna be doing our bracelet crafting stream, which is a random stream that I decided to add. It's not on my schedule, but, if you gift me a certain amount of points, I will make you a custom bracelet, based on your aesthetics and your interests, and I will make you a bracelet, and I will send it to you, and I'll send you a little exciting, fun, cute little note saying thank you. Yeah. Because I really like bracelets. I like making bracelets, and I thought that would be really fun, and we'll probably do that for quite a few hours that night, just depending on how many people want to get a bracelet. And then I'll mail that to you. The FOMO as a non-American? Oh, I'm sorry, Carla. I would hypothetically still mail it to you. I would. I can't buy points. If someone buys them for you, in your honor, I'll mail it to you still. I would. But yes, there's that. There's that one that we're gonna do. And then on Sunday, we're doing Into the Void. In the Void. I'm still not gonna tell you what that is. You're gonna hate it a lot, though. I'm really excited for that one. Extremely excited for that one. I've been wanting to do this stream for probably about 2 months now. And now's just the perfect time. It's the perfect time. You guys are gonna get really frustrated, though, so I hope that you're looking forward to it. Yeah. I'm scared. No, don't be scared. The void is friendly. Yeah. So that'll be our stream schedule for this week. And then that Monday is gonna be the last day for the event. And that Monday, for the last day of the event, is when we will have our period cramp simulator. Yes. We're gonna be staring into a wall for 2 hours. Not quite. We'll be doing it'll be very interactive. I'll tell you that much. And how we escape the void depends entirely on you. Entirely. So bring your A game. Anyways, that was our Vtubing advice stream. Yay. Thank you everyone for listening to me. I hope that I was able to provide some okay insight, some okay advice. For people that are just wanting to start out, for people that have already started, and things like that. I hope that I provided a little bit of coolness. I'm sorry that I yap so long, and I'm sorry that I always stumble over my words and stupid stuff like that. Later tonight, we are going to be streaming Stardew Valley. Yeah! Stardew Valley! On my YouTube. I'm very excited to play more Stardew. Hopefully I'm not gonna get nerfed this time by my internet at 2 a.m. So we're gonna be doing Stardew tonight. It's gonna be super fun. And tonight's goal for Stardew is that we are going to become besties with Linus. So we're gonna work really hard and have bestie time with Linus, and it's gonna work. And I'm gonna try and find a pretty mod so I can date the wizard. But yes, tonight is Stardew, and we have a couple other waiting rooms for the rest of this week up on our YouTube. We're also gonna be playing Dream Daddy on Saturday. Playing Dream Daddy on Saturday, and then on Sunday we are also doing our next hand cam event. For our Sakurako and Tokyo Treats snack box. So if you guys are interested and cutesy snacks, yummy snacks, we're gonna be doing more snacking. Don't look at my hands, even though you will have to look at my hands. Don't look at them too closely. We're gonna be eating food. Yeah. So that's our streams for this week on YouTube and for IRIAM both. Yes. Thank you all so much for hanging out with Riyo today. Thank you for the support today, and I will see you guys later tonight on my YouTube, 8 p.m. Bell, thank you for sharing heart. Thank you. We are, yes, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, or Central Daylight. What the hell is I'm so tired of this. Central Daylight Time, Central Stand. Like, what is really the difference? It does not make any sense today. The Central Time. Central Time. I'm just gonna say Central Time. Val, thank you for my like. Thank you. Central Time. Daylight Time. Central. 8 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific. Jeez. That's what we're doing. Okay. We're gonna play Stardew at that time. Okay. I'm gonna see you guys a little bit later, okay? Bye, y'all.